I don't even know if people do that about like GatorBox. I don't think there's anybody on the planet who's been like, dude, have you seen this show called GatorBox? It's not really a show. It's more like just a live stream this guy does, and he sits on a giant Blue's Clues couch with some stuffed animals behind him. He just tells jokes over crappy games for like 3 hours once a week, and yeah, it's pretty sad. Servbot. When I ask if someone has seen GatorBox, who the hell boxes Gators? Is this some Amazon deal? Yeah, GatorBox is either, depending on who you ask, it's either a drink cooler, like an ice chest, or it's a modem. Didn't really think that one through when picking out a name. We've got viewer mail to get to, so y'all know how I operate. I always wait until 3 packages show up, just because then, you know, that fills enough time on the stream, and then also when I edit the videos and put them on YouTube eventually, it makes a nice video where you can just kind of put it on in the background and just kind of watch every once in a while and, you know, see what the hell I'm doing. I try to cut those videos down. They still wind up taking way too goddamn long, so I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Anyways, this first little box that's arrived at the post office box is very light. It's just a little, you know, it really is like, I wish I could get out a postage scale and tell you how much it doesn't weigh. But basically, I censor out all the stuff, so if you do send me something, I will block out everything so that your address cannot be gleaned from the package. I try my best to do that. But I believe this one came, like somebody bought something and then put in my address as the recipient, the place to take the package to, because I don't think anybody watches this stream who's known as hard to find party supplies. And that company name, for some weird reason, has like a really threatening aura. What kind of party are you throwing where the party supplies are hard to find? Like, when you... What are you doing? I mean, you go to Party City, you can't find what you need at Party City. They sell hats, they sell candy, they sell piñatas, they sell shitty little, you know, hang on the fence, pin the tail on the donkey games. You know, they've got all that there. They got tablecloths, they got napkins, they got cups. And when I was in high school, I was obsessed with sunglasses that had colored lenses. So I went to Party City. Turns out you could buy a pair of sunglasses with dark blue tinted lenses for like $2 and change, and I could walk around looking like fucking Bono. I remember I had blue ones, I had yellow ones, I had red ones, and I don't think I ever found a pair of purple ones, but I would wear them occasionally, like to school, thinking I was like badass, and I wasn't. I don't actually know where this package came from, but I believe one of our viewers in the Discord kind of flashed their hand, because when I only had 2 packages that arrived, the person who may have sent this inquired about this one, so he kind of outed himself. It was Mr. Abobo. I think I think this one's from him. Also, this is the GatorBox not so safe safety razor. As you can see, I mean, it's got a cover. Okay, don't give me no shit. Okay, it's got a rolled up piece of cardboard that keeps the blade safe. All right. Don't tell me that this isn't safe, because you know what's not safe is just putting the blade in the drawer like this. Okay, this is objectively safer than not having anything on the end of the blade at all. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Anyways, we're gonna see what kind of hard to find party supplies are in this box. You know, I really am kind of concerned that maybe I should have had somebody look at this one before I opened it, but I'm getting kind of sloppy. I'm putting a little too much trust in you guys, so you know, please don't make me regret this. Please don't make this be like hard to find party supplies, and it's like those gummy dicks that you get for bachelorette parties and stuff. Please don't send me gummy dicks, or like that macaroni, the macaroni noodles that look like dicks, and it's called Eat a Bag of Dicks, whatever that stupid shit is. Is that even funny anymore? Like, people still do that? I know for a while there was a company that sold, you could order those novelty products through them, and they would deliver them to people, and they would have like, you know, toilet paper rolls stuffed with glitter on a spring, and you open it and it's like, poof, and it blows up. And they also would have like letters that would say like, Open immediately. Final bill from you know, Huge Dildo Monthly or whatever it was. Like they would print these really offensive things on the outside of the letters so that anybody who handled the mail would see that, and then it was like the embarrassment of the person you sending it to. You know, everybody would look at this and be like, "Wow, man! Oh shit! There's a no. I shouldn't have looked at that. There's a packing slip in the bottom of it that I think spoiled what this actually is." Also, what professional company packages with newspaper? I don't know. Just what you do. Where is this from? Oh, this is the Wall Street Journal. Hang on, we can check my stocks. Boeing faces turbulence in China. That's kind of a fucked up thing to headline to read in the week of 9/11. So got that. Also, it looks like these are just party hats. Yeah, they're party hats. Why are they? Oh, okay. When I set this down, you're gonna see why they're hard to find. Party supplies. Holy shit! So these are. I mean, there's Draco. There, there he is. They sell vintage party supplies. That's why they're hard to find, because you can't just go to the store. You can't just go to Party City and buy Draco party hats. Here I am getting paranoid that you guys are sending me gummy dicks for bachelorette parties and shit. And it's something literally as simple as Dragonheart party hats. Also, they made these? What the fuck? I never had a Dragonheart party when I was a kid. Now I'm angry. Now I feel like I was robbed of something. I didn't have one of these. Hats. Paper art. Hats. Got it in French and also in Spanish, where it apparently just sombrero. Sombrero just means hat. It doesn't mean the specific type of hat that you think of when you hear the word sombrero. It's just that's what it means. So might not have a big ass wide brim, but this is what it is. Also, the bag is just like, it comes with a free 9th hat that you can give to a really rowdy baby. Just put this over their head and just. Actually, it says, warning, plastic bags can be dangerous to avoid. Yeah, keep this wrapper away from babies and children. So, it kind of preempted me on that one. So these have to be from the 90s. I mean, I don't think they're... Okay, let's take one of them off the stack. Like, yeah, look at that. The copyright date says 1996. Holy shit. So these party hats were manufactured. Actually, what did we just say about? Oh, we were talking about Blue's Clues earlier. How that show debuted in 1996. Well, so did this hat. So this hat is as old as that. It's you know, Steve is 23 years older, and this hat is old enough to drink. I don't think this is gonna fit on my head, but y'all know I'm gonna have to put the Draco hat. It's great. Hang on. Fucking hell. I feel like the little elastic... I mean, this elastic is gonna give out after 2 decades of just rotting. When's the last time you saw a rubber band that was 20 years old still work? Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I almost feel like I'm in an iDubbbz video of, like, bad unboxing. This is exactly the type of weird shit that he would do. Okay, well, now I can't fix my hair. Hang on, let's take a look. What do I look like with the hat on? Gotta get a better one of these. Hey everybody, welcome to my birthday party. We have a request to put one on Ness as well, so I am definitely going to do that. Hey, welcome to my birthday, Ness. I mean, you're the only person that's going to show up anyways, so here we go. Oh. There we go. One of those. Okay, now it's standing still.
Happy birthday, Draco, and to that Gatorbox guy, Buster Keaton rules. Yeah, I got a hat with somebody with my own name on the hat. I've been meaning to collect Dragonheart stuff. Fangemon actually sent in a whole stack of cards from the movie, kind of like those Godzilla ones we opened up a couple weeks ago. But it wasn't a full set, so I've been hesitant to show them off, because I'm like, man, if it's only short by 7 cards, I'm sure I could find those on eBay and then make a complete set, and then we could do a video looking at the whole set. And maybe at my next birthday, if I can think of seven people who would show up, I can give them these party hats. I actually think these are really cool. Now this makes me wonder what other Dragonheart-related things existed for party supplies back then, because Dragonheart, I mean, I can understand Dragonheart. You know, you have a couple of posters that go out, and, you know, a couple of really crappy games, one of which we've played. We haven't played the Game Boy game, but it's not good. The PS1 game is terrible. And you know, you had some action figures with Dragonheart as well. It didn't really seem like a movie that would warrant this kind of merchandise. Now it makes me wonder if there's like a tablecloth or like a cake topper that's like a little miniature Draco. That'd be pretty cool. I guess I can go on the Hard to Find Party Supplies website and like look. I mean, now that I know that this exists, I can just search them up, be like, Hard to Find Party Supplies, Draco, Dragonheart. Maybe there's a big Draco balloon. I can get one of those, and then I can pay someone to fill it up with helium, and then I lose track of it and it flies away, and then people think it's actually a dragon. Wavecube asked if we can ride dragons at my birthday party. Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those bouncy castles that has the big inflatable dragon on top, and everybody can do that. You got to be careful though, because if you like, don't Google inflatable dragons. Like, that's one of those things that the pervasiveness of the furry fandom I am positive has fucked up. So don't. If you're gonna Google that, put safe search on. I don't even know if that's gonna help any, but it might. But we got another. I'm just gonna wear this for the rest of the thing. We've got another package that came in. This one I believe is from Wavecube. It had a different shipper on the thing. It you can tell it says Pitney Bowes. That's eBay's shipping service. So this is again something that kind of came from another store. I've been informed that this is one of my favorite video games, which is interesting, because I feel like if it was one of my favorite video games, I would already own a copy of it. But thankfully, eBay also has these really like easy things you can just like rip the back open on and just be like, whoop, there it goes, already open. And the favorite game. First of all, let me make sure there's not a packing slip, because I think Wavecube said he was worried about. What is this? It doesn't have your info on it, but I won't. It is a packing slip, and the favorite game. Yeah, fans might have basically said, please leave 5 stars on the packing slip. My favorite game is. I don't own a copy of it. Also, hang on. Is this a? No, I knew right away. I knew right away from feeling this case that it was not an official GameCube case. I picked it up and I'm like, this feels weird. And then sure enough, it's actually inside of a DVD case. I don't own a copy of this, and it's not. I don't think it's that bad of a game. I think Starfox Adventures is one of those games. This game has the reputation that it has for the same reason why nobody likes Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Because this was Dinosaur Planet, I think, is the game that was being worked on. And I think the story goes, like, you know, the game was coming along. That's why all these guys are all dinosaurs and shit. That's why they're on the Dinosaur Planet. But somebody was like, oh, you know, people aren't going to play this. We need to put a recognizable character in it. Oh, I know. Fox McCloud's not up to anything right now. Just fucking stick him in there, and we'll put Crystal and give him a love interest or whatever. And then you wound up with Star Fox Adventures. There is footage of this game in development when it was still Dinosaur Planet, and I think that would have been a great game. I have nothing against putting the Star Fox characters in this game. It also says you can buy the official Nintendo Power Player's Guide, available at your nearest retailer. Not these days. It's not a bad game. It's one of those games where if you play it under the mindset of it's really not a Star Fox game, it's just a game that just so happens to have Star Fox characters in it, kind of like that Starlink thing they're doing now where they put the R-Wing. It's not a Star Fox game, but he's in it. This, it's enjoyable. And that's my same argument for Nuts and Bolts, where if I feel like somebody was making a vehicular puzzle game and somebody else was like, nah man, that's a good idea, but no one's gonna like it. Put Banjo-Kazooie in that game, and now it's a thing. Now people will give a shit. And then people didn't, because they were like, well, we want Banjo 3! And then you know what? You guys finally did. You got Yooka-Laylee, which is like kind of like supposed to be Banjo-Kazooie 3, and you know what? That game wasn't very good, so... Haha. Who got the last laugh? Wasn't you. Also, yeah, I'm up for streaming this. We can make a chill stream out of it. I don't know how long it takes to beat, but it does take 3 blocks on the memory card, and it's progressive scan compatible, so I guess if I put it in the Wii with my component cables, it'll look good. So it actually has the manual, which is weird that, like, uh-oh, what are you doing there, Fox? What is this? What's going on here? It's weird that this has the manual and the disc, and I guess the Nintendo Power thing, but it doesn't have the case. Outfox enemies. Pack away Nintendo Power for all your adventures for the best enemy clobbering and puzzle-solving strategies. Subscribe now and get a free gift. What is the free gift? What was it that they give you? That was the thing. They always would give you an incentive for subscribing to Nintendo Power, which is why, like, every time my subscription was about to run out, I wouldn't renew it automatically. I would just fill out the card from the latest issue, and they would give you, like, a free strategy guide or a free t-shirt or something cool like that. That was the hot tip. You get those collectibles. Anyways, and like I said, it looks like you get a free t-shirt or player's guide for free, so I really kind of called that one, didn't I? Also, let's zoom in on this dinosaur right here. Let's just appreciate this. I mean, look at this big ass booklet. I mean, it's kind of in rough shape, but look at how much attention to detail they put into this back then. These days, they don't even fucking give you instruction booklets with games. This is all only a page of dinosaurs. I like this page. They don't do this anymore. They don't give enough of a shit about games to print these anymore, even though this is like one of the best things about buying a video game was being able to look at the the manual. Also, hang on, I gotta do a little bit of fan service there. Hubba hubba, look at that. She's got her loincloth going up in the back like she's ripping a fart and blowing it up. But like even with Switch games, they just don't even come with manuals now. They don't even try. Like in the last generation of games, they came with like a four-page thing where it was entirely like disclaimers about, hey, if you have epilepsy, we've been telling you this for the past 25 years, but maybe you shouldn't be playing video games, asshole. And that's, that's it. They didn't even tell you. Maybe there's the controls in the game, but this right here, the experience of being able to look through this and, no one can defeat General Scales. Just being able to like look through this is cool. Like this is a whole page on the dinosaur language in the game. Like the language has been spoken on Dinosaur Planet for thousands of years since their first encounter with off-worlders. So, rearrange the vowel sounds. The letter M is the same. Replace the letter Y with an O. This means that the letter Y will not exist in the language. And then, here's how all the consonants... that's how all the consonants filter out. You can, like, write your own stuff with this, and it's it's, like, complete bullshit. That's not going to make any sense if you try to read it. But... this is cool. Like they didn't do this for, I don't know, Splatoon. There's not a page on how to read the language in Splatoon. There's not 2 pages devoted to the lore of, hey, here's what some of that stuff says. Here's some phrases in the squid language. That no one gives a shit about this anymore, which is unfortunate. This is something that really kind of hit its peak with the 64 and
in the GameCube generation of consoles, and then it just kind of died out. And it's sad. I mean, like Mario Maker 2, even the original Mario Maker came with that really neat art book that was also kind of an ideas book that had all those codes that were hidden in there that you could punch in on the game and see tutorials or see, you know, pictures and stuff like that. And then when we bought Mario Maker 2, they just said go fuck yourself. The thing that was tucked in there, the only thing inside the case for Mario Maker 2 that wasn't the game cartridge was just the code for Nintendo Online. That's it. It just had my 12-month code. That's it. And when we bought Spyro the Dragon, we got an advertisement for Crash Nitro Kart or whatever. I'm like, I'm not going to buy that crap. Wavecube, thank you for Starfox Adventures. I don't really own a lot of games for my GameCube, so this is one of the ones that I've been meaning to get, and I just haven't yet because, you know, money wasn't where it needed to be and all that. But this is one of those ones that I would have eventually gotten. So now that I've got it now, it's in my collection. That, you know, I kind of thought you were messing with me when you said it's one of my favorite games that you sent me. I'm like, okay, whatever. What is it, Robot Arena 3? But no, this is a good one. Thank you. And then finally, the last one we've got, this last box we've got, is the big boy right here. It's a big ass box. So this big box comes to us from Red Rover Blues. He sent me the Blockbuster Video T-shirt a few weeks ago. The last time we opened up a viewer mailbox, and he did tell me what was in this one, because this was something that we actually talked about in the Discord channel, just out in the open. So I know what this is, but if you guys don't, I'll let y'all be surprised. So let's slice this one open. I feel bad, like, the postage thing says this cost him $19.95 to ship. I'm like, dude, you could have got some OxyClean with that $19.95. But really, what upsets me is that I know that the value of the item inside the box is less than the cost to ship it, and I felt really bad about that. Let me make sure that there's not, like, anything on top that's got... Okay. There's not. I was making sure there wasn't anything in there that had, like, personal information on it. Alright, so, inside is... It's a PlayStation Classic. That's what I said when the contents of the box were cheaper than the cost of shipping the box. So, these were actually on clearance at the Kroger where he lives for $14.99. Clearance. They couldn't get... No, was it Kroger or was it Meijer? It was one of those places. Anyways, let me pull this out of the thing. Oh man, the tape is stuck on the box. I don't want to destroy the box. I mean, I feel like this is one of those things that is absolutely worthless right now, but give it a while, and because this is an officially licensed thing, this is gonna, mark my words, this is gonna be the next Power Glove. People shit on this. Like, this is, you know, Nintendo started this whole thing off. I guess you could argue technically Sega did it with their partnership with AtGames, but none of those shitty consoles exist to me. The Atari Flashback is also not very good, but Nintendo really busted out into the market with the NES Classic, the SNES Classic, and then people had to follow suit. There's a Neo Geo one, there's like an arcade one, you know, the Sega Mini just got released. There was a gold rush, and Sony got in on this, and they did the Sony PlayStation Classic, and everyone fucking hated it. Like, they shit on them so bad. They got critiqued to hell and back. Sony showed up and says, "Hey guys, can we play?" And everyone's like, "No, fuck you, Sony." I feel bad because nobody wanted the PlayStation Classic, and then they just got clearanced out everywhere. And then, like I said, this one was only $15. These were like $60 or something, like, when they came out. They were not cheap. They were like the price of a game. This was an investment, and then the prices kept getting slashed and slashed and slashed, and just so people could dump them. But I guarantee it, this is going to appreciate in value at some point. Maybe not, you know, in this decade, or maybe not even in the next one, but this will become sought after again, because people are going to shit on it. People have shit on it so much that it's going to develop a reputation like the Power Glove. That's my hunch. Also, Zahando's saying, mod it. Hell yeah, I'm going to mod it. And Tabitha Bunny says, more options for future streams. That's my plan. See, I mean, you don't actually get bad games on this if you put it on the back. Like, you get, going in order of the games that I actually care about. You get Destruction Derby, which is not that bad of a game. It's not that great. Psygnosis published a lot of Destruction Derby games on the PS1. We actually played later on the lineage of this series. We played Destruction Derby arenas for PS2 in a chill stream a long time ago, and this is where that all began. You got Final Fantasy VII. I'm not a big Final Fantasy guy, but it's cool that you got it. There's the first Grand Theft Auto. Intelligent Cube, every once in a while, every chance that Sony gets to kind of trot this one out, they always do. It's a weird game. It's really hard. I actually have a complete copy of this box, and I bought that. IQ is one of those games that, like, it went up in value very high, and then it's been coming back down ever since, because now it's easier and easier to legitimately play a copy of Intelligent Cube. I mean, pretty sure it's on PSN. It's on this thing, which you can buy this for $15, and you get this and 19 other games. So when I bought IQ, I think I spent like $20 on it, and then it went up in value. Last time I remember it was like, $45, $50, and then it's been coming back down. Jumping Flash, which is a 3D platformer, which is very hard to play. At least to me it is. You get Metal Gear Solid, which I think that's a hell of an inclusion. You get the 2-disc game Metal Gear Solid. That's worth the $15 right there. There's a lot of games on here that are worth the $15. Resident Evil Director's Cut, worth the $15. I mean, Twisted Metal 1. I mean, I already own every single fucking Twisted Metal game, but there's so many little games on here like this that make the investment worth it. And the most interesting thing about the PlayStation Classic is that it actually, you can mod it and you can put ISOs for other PS1 games on it, and this thing will play them without bitching about it. It's just an emulator in there that's running the games. So if I wanted to, I could get the other 3 Twisted Metal games and load them up onto this thing, and this system would play it no problem. Smoker Mega Drive is right. IQ has a really interesting soundtrack. It almost has like a movie soundtrack, and you really only ever hear the music in the menus, and then during the game, it's just quiet. It's silent. You only hear the footsteps of the player and the blocks as they roll towards you. Intelligent Cube has a very unsettling atmosphere, and when I was a kid, I think I was more creeped out as a kid by IQ than I was Resident Evil. Because at least Resident Evil is like, it's the gory kind of scary, where it's like, oh no, zombies, oh, it's ripping this guy's arm off and eating it, oh, haha. But IQ is the existential kind of horror. That's the stuff that doesn't really sit too well with me, so it's really worth it. It's a fascinating game. And what the hell is this packed with? Okay. Put enough boxes in here, Sony? It's like $15 worth of boxes too. So we got a box, and then inside that is a smaller box that has the PS single right there. I mean, say what you want about it. From what I've seen, I mean, this is a really nice construction. It's a really nice piece on this. It's not cheap. It looks exactly like the original PS1. I don't think the open button does anything. I think this actually takes you back to the menu, I think, if I remember correctly. And then I guess underneath this is just going to be... does this whole box come apart? Like, does it not? What have you done, Sony? You bastards. What have you fucking... How do I get to the... Is this Intelligent Cube? Oh, okay, it opens from the side right. God damn. This like puzzle box thing you got going on. Okay, there we go. I'm not gonna be able to put this back together and keep it neat and tidy. My only gripe about the PlayStation Classic is that it doesn't come with a DualShock
or even dual analog controllers. It doesn't have to be DualShock. I don't care about rumble features, but a lot of games that require analog, yeah, obviously you can't play with these. And then also these are just those weird USB proprietary mini plugs to go on the front of the system, so you can't even really use your own if you wanted to. But I've actually, I can't remember the last time I've played a PlayStation game with one of these. Like, it doesn't feel, I mean, it feels fine. It actually feels a lot nicer than the plastic on the originals that I remember. I haven't held one of these controllers in more than 20 years. Because as soon as they had dual analog controllers, those are the ones that I got, and then I think I gave my original ones, just the standard ones, I think I gave them to a friend. I think I traded them for like Pokemon cards or something at the time. So it's gonna be really weird playing games with this and not having that extra like chunk down here that I'm used to having my fingers rest on. It's very strange, but hey, with this controller, we can play Kilik the DNA Imperative the way it was meant to be played, which is like this, and you can look up and look down and then strafe and then shoot and then desperately try to find the fucking wee willy wiener warper to charge your weapon back up. You just move this stuff out of the way. I'll put this in the box over here for now. Putting that away, and then let me also put this away, and my I'm not gonna wear the I'm not gonna wear the party hat throughout the entire stream, but I will let Ness wear hers, because it's like making my face itch with the elastic. So let me put I feel like I got a lot of stuff, even though there's only like just a couple boxes. I kept putting stuff down there. I'll probably test out that PlayStation Classic and look at the guide online on how to put your own games on it, because that's one of the things that's really driving me crazy is that there's a lot of... I actually went and found an original PS1 that I could use to play burned and import games on, because my old one from when I was a kid finally died, and you know, I have a special adapter that plugs into the back of it on the serial I/O port that was actually taken off of later models of the original PlayStation. Not just the white one, but the big gray one. They actually took that... Actually, hang on, let me see. Did they mold that into the back? Yeah, they did. Hang on, let me let me just get out the mini PlayStation. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. On the back of the original PS1, there's this section right here. And does that actually come off? No, that can't possibly. No, that is just for show. Okay. I was gonna say they didn't make that just for decoration, did they? But right here is the serial I/O for the PS1, and things like Game Sharks and region lock buster things. You pop this little tab off and plug into the back, and then there'd be like a couple things you could click on the device up here to turn your cheats on and off, or to interrupt your game and all that stuff. And they actually took this off of later models of this version of the PS1 because it was being used for piracy and things like that. So when I had to buy a new PS1, I had to find one that specifically had this on the back so I could use my stuff on it. So I would go to retro game shops, and a lot of times some of the people behind the counter had no idea what I was talking about. So whenever I would ask, do you have PS1s? And they'd be like, oh yeah, of course we do. And I'm like, well, do you have one that has the I/O port on the back? And they're like, what? So then I'd go to the store and we'd look at the ones I had on the shelf, and I'd say, right here, there's supposed to be a thing that you can remove a cover and plug something in. They were like, I never even paid any attention to that. I'm like, of course you didn't. So, but yeah, I am going to take a look at what kind. I think you need to use like the Player 2 port to plug in like an external hard drive, or even just like a memory stick or something like that. And then you can basically, you're limited to playing games one player mode, but you can use that to store Player 2 to store all your games on. And I'd like to take a look at how to get that working, just because this would be a really interesting way to play some, not all of the PS1 games. Like I said, some of them that require analog and stuff like that. But this would make the process a little easier on me. So I'm going to take a look at that at some point
maybe we'll be able to play some more PS1 games in the future. Which actually weird, because I have like a whole mountain of... I have a whole CD shelf full of crappy PS1 games over there that I just haven't played yet. I look over there and I'm like, oh yeah, Thunder Truck Rally. I wonder what I'm going to stream today. You know, like I just have that disconnect. But thank you, Red Rover, for the PS1 Classic. I appreciate it. It will make its debut on stream at some point. There's a link to kind of an FAQ in the chat. Basically, it has a couple of ground rules. Don't send me anything edible. Don't send me gross shit. Like don't be a dick with stuff in the post office box. Like if you want to send something cool that kind of lines up with what we open on the show, by all means, go for it. But don't send me gross things. I won't put them on the stream, and I'll get mad, and I'll actually just tell the post office that if something comes from this address, send it back. So you will get all future packages sent back to you, probably at your cost, by the way, because fucking who knows how the postal service works. All right, so I figure we can don't send me hentai from FYE. Hell Killer, thank you for the follow. Man, you came in at an awkward time. Hey, thanks for checking out GatorBox on YouTube. We really appreciate it. If you like what you saw and you want to kick around with us live, follow us on Twitch because we do this several times during the week. And if you want to support this channel, you can do so by subscribing right here on YouTube, following or subscribing over on Twitch, or even making a pledge on Patreon. Your support over the years has been tremendous. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video right here on GatorBox.